Had a very interesting conversation yesterday. Hell, a lot happened yesterday. I could do probably 4 or 5 different, subjects. But I'm gonna concentrate on this one because you had a group of people that was discussing this, and I kind of interjected myself into the conversation. So there's a little bit of controversy going around the country with these flock cameras. And to the general public, you got a lot of people who just don't know what the hell that means. Flock cameras. You got cameras in the sky. I'm gonna see, can I put it in layman's terms, like I attempted to yesterday. So, like a city, I'm gonna say near me, like Oxford, Alabama. If you're going through town and you're at a red light and you see a blue light going around, a blue light flashing, more than likely, that's a flock camera. They're strategically put in places in small cities like that, in high risk areas for accidents, for car accidents. So you'll see them around red lights. See if anybody ran a red light, caused an accident. You'll see them in like Walmart parking lots for theft, and everything going at Walmart. So you have them now for those purposes. If you go to other little cities, like I'm gonna say and I'm talking about cities near me. If you go to like a little Weaver, Alabama, and they have like a speed reader, like you go down the road and you can actually see what speed you're going, and it tells you to slow down. More than likely, there's a camera on top of that. Okay, those are the basics. I mean, I don't see how you can get any more basic than that. If you go to some of these larger cities, like up north, they pretty much have them for the same reasons. And a lot of these cities, and I'm talking like cities in Delaware, cities in Massachusetts, cities in New York, they had these things before it was even thought about coming to Alabama. You know what I'm saying? But now, no matter what area you go to in Alabama, you're going to see a flock camera, or they have that technology. Now, before I get into the controversy, let me just say I'm all in favor. I have my feelings when it comes to government surveillance. We do live in a free country, but we got a lot going on in this country. A lot of the surveillance is needed for security purposes, and other reasons. We need that high skill, high technology surveillance. But the flock cameras are the basic of the basic. You know what I'm saying? And they're mainly used for traffic. They're mainly used for, say for instance, the young lady who was murdered, I think in Jefferson County. The flock cameras helped them catch her killer by reading the license plates. So they are a positive, 98% positive. Here's where you get off into the negative. You do have corrupt officers out there. You do have corrupt people in law enforcement. I hate to say that, but you do. In my 16 years, I saw well over 50 to 60 officers, whether it was police officers, sheriff's deputies, corrections officers. Hell, I even seen I can't remember if it was DEA or what he was, ATF. He was one of the two. He actually got arrested and is serving time in prison. So, even though I hate to say it, and I do back the blue, you do got some corrupt officers out there. You got some corrupt people in law enforcement. So, first off, you have to have clearance to get into these systems. The systems are different nationwide, so I can't tell you about the system in Addison, Alabama. It's the same as the system in Phoenix, Arizona. They're different systems, but they're pretty much similar. You have to have clearance. Joe Schmo that just got out of the police academy and just a traffic cop is not going to be able to go in there and access that system. Just not, unless he get clearance from his superiors. The flock cameras are used for court purposes. So you have to have an individual that can obtain the material you want for court. Like I said earlier, to track license plates, to track vehicles themselves. You have to have people in IT and people in positions to access this information. So around the country, I don't know the number, but I know it's been a handful of individuals that has been tracking the wives, tracking the girlfriends. I think in somewhere, I'm not finna sit up and make up cities, but I heard in some city it was a real high up, like commissioner type person using it to find out where units were, so they can help the drug people, make their moves. Yeah, I don't know where it was, so I'm not finna sit up here and gaslight you on what it was. But yeah, man, excuse me. I think these flock cameras are a net positive. You have sketchy people in sketchy positions that are using it for bad. But I promise you, if you ever get an offender bender at a red light, or if you ever in a situation where you be like, it wasn't my fault. It wasn't my fault. You can always say now, go look at the camera. And more likely, if your area or that area has flock cameras, the truth will be told. So, the conversation yesterday, you had people who you got some people in this world that just they just scared of everything. I don't need the government looking at me. Listen, I was out in my yard. This has been a little bit over a year ago, maybe 2 years. I was out in my yard, getting ready to piddle around, and my wife had got me a little drone or whatever. I heard a humming. I was like, what the heck is that? So it was this thing about the size of a trike, one of them three-wheel motorcycles hovering above me. It was actually a drone. And I was like, okay. Hell no, my little bitty drone ain't nothing compared to that. I wasn't afraid. I wasn't scared, because hell, if you ain't doing nothing wrong, you ain't got nothing to be scared of, But you got some people who just scared of everything, and I don't want the government seeing my every move. Well, you must not be on the up and up. Because like I said, eyes have been on you for years and years and years. Eyes have been on you. It ain't bothered you up until this point. You go in a store, you go in a convenience store, you go in a grocery store, you go in a Walmart, you got eyes on you. So you can miss me with all that BS, man. That's the type of world we live in now. But if you're on the up and up, if you're doing right, you ain't got nothing to worry about. But if you're notorious, if you on the wrong side of right, then yeah, you got a lot to be worried about. But then my eyes gonna stay on you. Period. Anyway, just thought that was tell you about the interesting conversation I had yesterday. I love these type of conversations. I hate that I had to interject myself into it. But listen, sometimes you just gotta force it. I love it though. In the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, you guys stay blessed, and I'll see you next time.